How you doing? I'm Jeremy, and people that I know call me J Money. And today we will be talking about making money, and I'm gonna tell you why I feel like it's good for us to come together and invest as a group in an LLC, corporation, S Corp, E Corp, anything to come together and invest. It's a good thing to start an investment group because a lot of people have the money, but they don't have the ideas. On the other hand, a lot of people have the ideas and don't have the money. So I feel like if we come together and start an investment group, we can solve all them problems. So we're gonna get into the questions that most people asked me when I came to them about starting an investment group. One question was, what we're gonna invest in? My answer was, I did not want to come to the table already with plans. I want us to come together as a group. It's gonna be a stay down situation, but I want us to come together because I feel like different inputs, different ideas, and different capitals, I feel like that's a strong game. If you're looking for an investment group that's already established, this group is not for you. This group will be a startup group where we come together from the ground zero with our ideas and our capital and finish it off with that and see how far it takes us. The second question I was asked was, how much money will we have to invest? So the number I came up with was $250. $250 is expensive to some, but I feel like it's not a lot of money to invest into your future. So the reason I choose the number $250 is because if we were able to get 11 people to spend $250 monthly in 6 months, we'll come up with $16,500 in the first year, and I feel like that's enough money for us to invest our future in. The main reason for me to do this video is to show people and explain to people before they even start investing their money. And I'm gonna have 3 meetings and 3 videos and 3 topics I wanna touch before anybody decides to invest. The reason I made this video today, because I don't want nobody to think we're trying to get over on them. So today we're gonna be talking about Ponzi schemes and pyramid schemes. So the first video I want you to see is gonna break down how pyramid schemes work, so you'll be able to spot them and understand that this is not one of them.
In 2004, a new company called Vima Nutrition started offering a life-changing opportunity to earn full-time income for part-time work. Vima's offer was open to everybody, regardless of prior experience or education. There were only 2 steps to get started earning. Purchase a $500 to $600 kit of their liquid nutrition products and recruit 2 more members to do the same. Vima Nutrition Company grew quickly, becoming a global operation that brought in 30,000 new members per month at its peak. There was just one problem. While the company generated $200 million of annual revenue by 2013, the vast majority of participants earned less than they paid in. Vima was eventually charged with operating a pyramid scheme, a common type of fraud where members make money by recruiting more people to buy in. Typically, the founder solicits an initial group of people to buy in and promote the scheme. They are then encouraged to recruit others and promised part of the money those people invest, while the founder also takes a share. The pattern repeats for each group of new participants, with money from recent arrivals funneled to those who recruited them. This differs from a Ponzi scheme, where the founders recruit new members and secretly use their fees to pay existing members, who think the payments come from a legitimate investment. As a pyramid scheme grows, it becomes increasingly difficult for new recruits to make money. That's because the number of participants expands exponentially. Take a structure where each person has to recruit 6 people to earn a profit. The founder recruits 6 people to start, and each of them recruits 6 more. There are 36 people in that second round of recruits, who then each recruit 6 people, a total of 216 new recruits. By the 12th round of recruiting, the 2.1 billion newest members would have to recruit over 13 billion more people total to make money, more than the entire world population. In this scenario, the most recent recruits, over 80% of the scheme's participants, lose all the money they paid in. And in real life, many earlier joiners lose out too. Pyramid schemes are illegal in most countries, but they can be difficult to detect. They're presented as many different things. including gifting groups, investment clubs, and multi-level marketing businesses. The distinction between pyramid schemes and legitimate multi-level marketing can be particularly hazy. In theory, the difference is that the members of the multi-level marketing companies primarily earn compensation from selling a particular product or a service to retail customers, while pyramid schemes primarily compensate members for recruitment of new sellers. In practice, though, many multi-level marketing companies make it all but impossible for members to profit purely through sales. And many pyramid schemes, like Vima Nutrition, disguise themselves as legal multi-level marketing businesses, using a product or service to hide the pay and recruit structure. Many pyramid schemes also capitalize on already existing trust within churches, immigrant communities, or other tightly knit groups. The first few members are encouraged to report a good experience before they actually start making a profit. Others in their network follow their example, and the schemes balloon in size before it becomes clear that most members aren't actually profiting. Often, the victims are embarrassed into silence. Pyramid schemes entice people with the promise of opportunity and empowerment, so when members don't end up making money, they can blame themselves rather than the scheme, thinking they weren't tenacious enough to earn the returns promised. Some victims keep trying, investing in multiple schemes and losing money each time. In spite of all these factors, there are ways to spot a pyramid scheme. Time pressure is one red flag. Be wary of directives to act now or miss a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Promises of large, life-altering amounts of income are also suspect. And finally, a legitimate multi-level marketing business shouldn't require members to pay for the opportunity to sell a product or service.
The second story we will be watching is about Bernie Madoff, and we will see and learn how he started an investment group and schemed a lot of people out their money. So you will be able to spot if somebody's scheming you out your money.
Madoff was first investigated in 1992, but it wasn't until the 2000s that subsequent investigations by private firms found what they called inconsistencies that looked like fraud. Investigators, for years, had been saying that the gains Madoff claimed to be making just didn't look possible. In fact, for years, financial analyst Harry Markopolos had been telling people something just didn't add up, and embarrassingly for them, the Securities and Exchange Commission ignored him, even when he went back numerous times with more evidence of what looked like a scam. He wasn't the only person that didn't trust the numbers, however, and many people did refuse to do business with Madoff. But how did Madoff get hold of people's money? What he had is called a Ponzi scheme, which, simply put, is a scheme that offers huge returns on investment. It was named after Charles Ponzi, who said that if you gave him some money, he'd give you back 50% more in just 90 days. Sounds great, but what happens is that you pay off these first few people, and word gets around that indeed there is a huge return, and soon many people want to get in on the act. You keep taking new money and pay off old investors with that cash while expanding. The problem is, you aren't actually making any money. Obviously, if all the big investors demand their cash back, you'd be in trouble. But what you do is convince them to keep their money invested, as the return will later be even bigger. It's said that Madoff, with his closest staff, manipulated trade reports with a computer program, while they also created bogus stocks that seemed to give high returns. On paper, to the undiscerning eye, it looked like he was making money. The poop hit the fan for Bernie when his clients wanted back, in total, $7 billion, and he said all he had of their money was between $200 and $300 million. This market maker with a good reputation who had sat on the board of NASDAQ had all this time just been enticing people into a scam. It's thought he had thousands of investors, and in total they lost about $65 billion. It's also said Madoff himself made around $20 billion or thereabouts. Apparently, when he was confronted by his sons, Andrew and Mark, he admitted to them that he had been running a Ponzi scheme. He said that everything was just one big lie. The sons knew nothing about the scam, although Madoff's brother Peter was involved. This wasn't easy for the sons, and they both died soon after, with Mark taking his own life and Andrew dying of lymphoma. What's amazing is how candid and cold Madoff was after he got caught, once stating, "I certainly wouldn't invest in the stock market, I never believed in it." He also once admitted that he was surprised that he had gotten away with it for so long. Madoff called the investigators useless, saying, "I was astonished. They never even looked at my stock records." Many of those who lost money won't get much or anything back, but in 2017, the US government promised 24,000 victims that a total of $772.5 million was to be shared among them. Madoff was arrested and charged with securities fraud on December 11, 2008. His bail was set at $10 million, and he had enough cash to pay for that. He was kept under house arrest for a few months until a judge revoked the bail, stating that Madoff was in fact a flight risk. He was sentenced to 150 years in jail in 2009 at the age of 71. If he behaves well, he'll get out on November 14, 2139, at the ripe old age of 201. That's not going to happen, of course, and it seems the trickster may have got his comeuppance.
Thank you guys for watching. In the next video, we're gonna talk about contracts and lawyers, so you would know where your money gonna be at, and you're gonna know what percentage you'll have, and then you'll also know that this is a legal document contract. See you later, alligator.